and kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right, come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting five, who you kidding? Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Ladies, you can pull up, we could talk, give advice. Fellas, we could laugh, we could joke about life. Gut shake, Kyrie, Bella, Austin, get it right. Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Come and kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right, come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting five, who you kidding? Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Ladies, you can pull up, we could talk, give advice. Fellas, we could laugh, we could joke about life. Gut shake, Kyrie, Bella, Austin, get it right. Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Come and kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right, come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting five, who you kidding? Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Ladies, you can pull up, we could talk, give advice. Fellas, we could laugh, we could joke about life. Gut shake, Kyrie, Bella, Austin, get it right. Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Come and kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right, come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting five, who you kidding? Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Ladies, you can pull up, we could talk, give advice. Fellas, we could laugh, we could joke about life. Gut shake, Kyrie, Bella, Austin, get it right. Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Come and kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right, come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting five, who you kidding? Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Ladies, you can pull up, we could talk, give advice. Fellas, we could laugh, we could joke about life. Gut shake, Kyrie, Bella, Austin, get it right. Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Come and kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right, come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting five, who you kidding? Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Ladies, you can pull up, we could talk, give advice. Fellas, we could laugh, we could joke about life. Gut shake, Kyrie, Bella, Austin, get it right. Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Come and kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right, come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting five, who you kidding? Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Ladies, you can pull up, we could talk, give advice. Fellas, we could laugh, we could joke about life. Gut shake, Kyrie, Bella, Austin, get it right. Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Come and kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right, come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting five, who you kidding? Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Ladies, you can pull up, we could talk, give advice. Fellas, we could laugh, we could joke about life. Gut shake, Kyrie, Bella, Austin, get it right. Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Come and kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right, come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting five, who you kidding? Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Ladies, you can pull up, we could talk, give advice. Fellas, we could laugh, we could joke about life. Gut shake, Kyrie, Bella, Austin, get it right. Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Come and kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right, come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting five, who you kidding? Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Ladies, you can pull up, we could talk, give advice. Fellas, we could laugh, we could joke about life. Gut shake, Kyrie, Bella, Austin, get it right. Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Come and kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right, come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting five, who you kidding? Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Ladies, you can pull up, we could talk, give advice. Fellas, we could laugh, we could joke about life. Gut shake, Kyrie, Bella, Austin, get it right. Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Come and kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right, come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting five, who you kidding? Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Ladies, you can pull up, we could talk, give advice. Fellas, we could laugh, we could joke about life. Gut shake, Kyrie, Bella, Austin, get it right. Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Come and kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right, come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting five, who you kidding? Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Ladies, you can pull up, we could talk, give advice. Fellas, we could laugh, we could joke about life. Gut shake, Kyrie, Bella, Austin, get it right. Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Come and kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right, come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting five, who you kidding? Yeah, it's your mans and them. It's your mans and them.
Oh, but if it was Jay-Z, would tell me to let it run.
That's a fact. What's up, everybody? What's up?
Yo, we live. You are now watching Yah Mans and Them live. I'm your man's Gus the Third.
I'm your man's Bello.
I'm your man's Austin Felix.
I'm your man's Kyrie.
And I'm your man Shakespeare, and I'm looking for my water.
Oh, shoot.
And
This is Yah Mans and Them live.
Facts. Where we talk about
Everything.
everything.
Everything
Your man's
important.
and them thinking.
Alright?
That's not true.
Because if it ain't us, then who?
Me.
If it ain't me, then you.
I like how we're just working on this shit. Right?
Word.
Like, live on this thing.
I got one. You want me to test it out?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright. It's Yah Mans and Them live.
Trash.
Boo.
I thought you had one.
It flew out my head.
Yo.
Hold on, I got it on my phone. Hold on. Keep talking. I got it on my phone.
It's too late. We don't want to hear it.
about it.
What's up, y'all? How y'all been?
I'm good.
How's
man.
y'all week been so far?
Not too bad. You know, Thanksgiving is right around the corner. Are we doing
Facts.
Friendsgiving or not?
I mean, I feel like it's too short of a notice now.
Drew not
Wait,
with the shit.
I'm with it.
I
I'm
always
always
got
with
Thanksgiving food, so
Oh,
You
word.
got
yeah,
extra
Thanksgiving
turkey?
at Austin crib or not?
How you know I got Thanksgiving food?
I mean,
Yeah, you said
I know
it.
your job gave out extra turkeys.
This nigga work for
You work for the right people. The right people.
No, you get turkeys free.
Y'all canceling shit or no?
No, 'cause I ain't say nothing wrong.
When is this?
Shout out to Melody. Melody, what up?
What's going on?
Hey, Melody, for you, for me,
Yeah,
for
man.
him, for he.
Yo, you still looking up that job, man? Forget it.
Alright. Sorry, man. I'm sorry, Drew. Alright, so what's up, y'all?
Chilling, man.
Alright.
You
Well,
got
my
it.
week is. I just got a ticket. I'm pissed off. They said I ran a red light and I did it.
You sound pretty happy for a guy who got a ticket.
Hey, man, I'm crying inside.
I know that shit hurt.
Hey,
How
Pug.
much is it?
That shit about a good 3,000.
That shit close to $300.
Yo, getting a ticket really make you feel like not driving. Like,
Facts.
Yeah.
it's just like yo.
Yo, anything in New York makes you feel like not driving.
pedestrians make me feel like not driving.
Alternate side parking
motherfuckers.
makes you feel like not driving.
Facts.
Like,
Two-way streets that should be one-way streets.
Yes,
Oh my gosh.
yes. They have a lot of them shits in Queens.
Yes.
I can't fit on this fucking block.
Oh,
police harassing you just makes you feel like
All
not
in
driving.
Queens. We talking about all in Queens.
all over Queens.
Yeah. What? Well, you looking at me like that?
Because this is why we have pre-production.
You talking about why he was sweating,
What
right?
was you doing during pre-production?
Sitting right here, you ain't say shit.
Nigga, you got a month. Alright, yo.
Yeah,
Alright, so
yeah.
today.
Did we get another email?
No, I don't think we got an email.
Alright, we're gonna make one up this episode.
I think you should have told me.
Oh, sure, I got an email just now. Question is from LaShonda.
Boom.
LaShonda says, my band. She said, my man has been coming home lately. Should I be worried?
Her man has not been coming home lately?
Yeah.
Wait, so that entails that they live together.
Yeah.
And if he ain't coming home,
So where the fuck is he?
That's
Sound like her.
Like,
Where the fuck is he?
where the fuck is Batman when you need him?
do you see him during the day? Is he just not coming home at night?
What she's saying, he only comes for lunch. He live here. They got 3 kids, but he don't come at night because he's
You
saying,
lying about this one, right?
yeah.
Oh.
The lion.
Like,
We already went with that already.
Hypothetically speaking,
I come home when I wanna. How about that?
Wait, if you get married, will you have a curfew?
No, you don't got no. I mean, you gotta tell your wife, what time you coming home, right?
Respect.
Yeah, you just tell her.
You was looking at me like I was supposed to say a different answer.
I guess you gonna
He's
say
gonna be like, nah, nigga.
Kyrie gonna be like, hell yeah, I'm gonna have a curfew.
Yo, before we start the show, let me tell y'all a quick story of something that happened to me.
Wait, tell me I was going to say something though.
Stories from Drew.
Go ahead, Drew. Tell your little story.
what you gonna say, Shake?
Say your little
Nothing important. Something about Giannis.
Oh,
Anyway.
That's a good one.
Anyway.
That was a good
So
one.
listen, I was in Orlando. I was visiting family, right?
So,
I pull up to my cousin's crib.
uh-huh.
I don't know if y'all ever been to Orlando.
No.
A lot of the houses look exactly the same.
They're small, one floor.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
floor, flat looking houses.
Yeah, no
So,
basement.
One person designed them and just cookie cutter.
That's what it looks like. And that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like someone literally just took a cookie cutter and just did that shit. But I pulled up to my cousin's crib. I go to the wrong house. I went to the house next door. And my dumb ass opens the door. I didn't knock. I just opened the door thinking that.
That's a way to get yourself shot.
Mind you, I'm in Florida. I opened the door.
They about to stand
It's
their ground.
pitch black. It's pitch black in the living room, and the house looks identical from the inside to my cousin's house. I open the door. There's a dude sitting with a lamp above him. He's sitting down. He sees me. He looks back. He sees me, and a little baby starts running.
That felt real.
A little baby starts running to the door, and then the baby comes, and I'm like, "This brick house?" He goes, "Nah, this ain't brick house." And he looks back at me, and I was like, "My bad, bro." I said, "This is not 1212." He was like, "Nah, this is not 1212." I was like, he said 1212 is next door. I was like, "All right, bro, my fault." So I let the door go, and as I'm walking away, I realized I didn't close the door, so I go back.
Why the fuck would you go back?
But I'm right there. No, literally, it was like this. I do this, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta close the door." And when I did this, he was walking to the door as I was doing this. He froze, and I froze. I was like, "I'm just gonna close your door for you, brother." And I just closed the door. I closed the door. I was like, yo, let's go. My cousin was like, "Yo,
that's when the blessings come in. Blessings come in.
That's all you got was some blessings.
That's a fact, bro.
Because if he would have had a gun,
he does have a gun. It's Florida. Everybody got a gun.
What your cousin say?
My cousin was like, he could have shot you. He was like, stand your ground law.
Yeah, you walked in his house.
But then I was thinking, I was
Why
like,
the fuck was his door open? That's what I'm thinking.
Nah, they do that in Jersey too.
there's a lot of places where
don't
they
do
do
Jersey
it.
like that.
bro, you should
Yeah,
never
but
have
they
your door.
keep their doors open in Jersey. Not in Newark, of course not.
I wasn't talking about Newark. That's not the only place in New Jersey.
You're right. But I'm just
Yo,
saying, there's
no
other
matter where you live,
other
you
parts
should
of
not
Jersey.
have your door unlocked.
Yeah, but that's Florida. Who the hell are they expecting besides an alligator to come in that fucking house?
Alligator open up the door like you're.
Just my motherfucking
People in
chicken.
Florida just asking for a reason to shoot a nigga.
That's a fact.
I'm gonna leave my door open because if you come in here, I can shoot you.
Niggas ride with their guns on the passenger seat.
Let's all give a moment of silence for Juice coming alive from Florida for doing that dumb shit he just did.
How's it a moment of silence if I'm alive?
That's what I'm saying.
you
Thank
could've
God
died.
you
Clap
fucking
it up.
Clap it up, clap it up, hey,
That was weird. That was a weird moment.
Yeah, so that was my experience in Florida. You want to get into the topic?
Yeah, let's get into the topic. Do you
After
have
that
the video?
After that boring ass story.
Oh, that shit was trash.
No, what were you gonna say though?
Boo.
I thought Gus had Shake had a story.
Yeah.
Come on, Shake. You gotta do
No,
better
I have
than
no
that.
story.
All right,
Y'all
Shake
talking about the
segment of the
curfew shit.
show. Tales from the hood.
You never always.
But Dad, I didn't hear that first part. You said you've been married to your wife 18 years and she never paid what?
I've been married to my wife for 18 years, going on 19 years. My wife has never paid a mortgage payment. She's never paid a gas bill, an electric bill. She's never paid a cable bill. She's never had to pay insurance for her cars. I pay for all that, but that's what a fucking man does for his family. I'm not on no pedestal behind it, but that's what a man does. A man takes care of his family. My wife shouldn't have to worry about a goddamn mortgage payment. She doesn't have to worry about the lights being on, gas being on, food in the motherfucking refrigerator. She don't pay for food. She don't pay for none of that. That's my motherfucking job. I'm saying, you don't have to be on a pedestal to do that shit. That's what a man do, and a man don't brag about this shit. I'm not bragging at all, but that's what a fucking man does. A man that got 8 children and 12 grand. I'm just saying, but
I hate.
So just because he don't wear condoms,
He said he got 8 grandchildren.
Kids.
Okay, so
Yo, wait, hold on. I gotta ask you a question.
he sound like you.
Were those the same Timbs you wore to Slate?
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to change the subject.
Wow.
Yes.
Austin really thought he was gonna get away with wearing those.
Nah, the way I had it was they was
Same exact
They
way
was
they are.
tied up. Nah,
This
you
nigga
right.
had on a chef's.
It was tied up and my pants.
summarize the video
over.
first.
Yeah, sure. So basically,
Mad awkward.
this gentleman was saying that he doesn't want his wife paying for anything, and it sounds to me he takes a lot of pride in the fact that he was able to take care of his wife without her having to pay a single bill, without her having to put any food on the table. And he said he had all his kids, all his grandkids, and he's the provider of his house, and he's speaking with a lot of pride. And he said that
that's what a man does.
Exactly. He felt like that was his duty as a man, to be the provider, to provide everything that his family needed. So, yeah, what do y'all think? What is y'all definition of a provider?
Do we agree with him or not?
Do we agree with what?
How you summarize it, or
Yeah, because I think he did a good summary.
just off of what the guy was saying. Do we disagree with him? Do we agree with him? Is that what a man does? Is that your definition of what a man is?
By what he's saying is like, yes, he's providing, he's paying bills and whatnot, but we didn't hear like different aspects of it. We don't know what you're doing emotionally. We don't know what you're doing physically. All you telling me is that you spending money. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's break it down into like parts. Let's say for right now we talking about providing financially.
Okay.
Do you agree with his views on providing financially?
No.
You don't.
There's a reason why I don't agree with it, because I think I said this before. We don't know what era he's coming from, to where maybe he was more in the
shit. He looked old.
That's actually what Melody said. Melody said, I think that's an old school mentality. I believe bills should be paid according to income.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I can understand if he gave her like if he was like, oh, I take care of the mortgage and all that shit, and then maybe she pays like, oh, she pays the phone bill and nobody uses the phone, or like she pays the cable bill.
I wouldn't even say that. Like, why would I even? I'd say I pay for everything.
But what do you get for saying that? Like, oh, I pay for everything in my house.
He's just basically saying he's a provider.
Yeah. And you could tell he's proud of that.
Which is absolutely fine. But that's, to me, like I said, that's not the only way you provide.
I agree. I feel like there's more ways to provide. But if we're talking financially, I definitely would like to be in a place to where I can provide for my family, my wife, I can provide them with everything, with food, with paying the mortgage, paying for everything. I would like to see myself in a place where I don't mind my wife working. I would prefer if she worked. But if something were to happen, God, something were to happen, she wasn't able to work, or let's say she finds that she wants to do a different career path in life, I would want to be like, all right, I got this. But not without feeling like I took a hit.
But it's crazy that you say that, because I'm thinking, all right, I'm working, my wife is not, I'm taking care of everything. Say God forbid something happens to me. Now she's not working. All she knows is like she's just been like maybe in the crib, taking care of the house or whatever the case may be.
Did he say that she wasn't working?
He didn't say nothing.
He didn't say that, but I'm just saying, like,
in the hypothetical.
In the hypothetical, like, of course I want my wife to work. If I'm in a financial position where I can put something to the side so my family be good and take care of my family, I would love to do that. But I just feel like that old school mentality is like there was a time for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think, unless you are very well off like today, I don't think that's possible.
Well, when you say well off, what do you mean? Like you mean like everything you worked for, you earned, like you became wealthy off of your own works? Yeah. Like let's say you worked hard for 20 years straight. You saved up a good amount in your savings. Something happens to you, but you'll still be good if you didn't. Even if you can't work at the moment, you'll still be able to provide for your family, even if you can't actually physically work. So that's another way of looking at providing. Balanced Water said that's old school nowadays.
Shout out to Balanced Water. Hey!
Wait, don't they have a podcast?
Yeah.
Hey! We got a fellow podcast
again. Thanks for joining.
That's old school nowadays. The cost of living makes it harder for one to be the sole provider. I personally believe in 50-50, Ariel. And I feel like...
Who's Ariel?
That's her name.
I thought they were saying Areola. I was gonna say, huh? I was like, this is the wrong podcast for that.
Nigga Drew.
Pass it off to Kyrie.
Yeah. You hear the 50-50?
Let's go to the 50-50.
What do you feel about the...
I'm gonna address the other part of this. I think
What other part? What's the other part?
Get your hands
I was gonna stop you right there.
My dad, Uncle Us.
Uncle Gus?
I know, I said Uncle
Us. Say it.
Alright, so I think we're missing a few key things. We need to ask ourselves, where do they live? That's the one question, because geographic location matters. Like, if you're looking at financially, rent-wise or mortgage-wise in the 5 boroughs, for a family of 8, that's probably up to $25,000 to $3,000. Housing monthly. Right now, it's a seller's market. So housing, I think the median price is almost like $400 to $500K. For a house in the 5 boroughs.
So he's probably not living.
So he's definitely not living in the 5 boroughs. So I think wage, geographic, and the lifestyle you live matters. Where you can be able to do it. Will I do it? If the only way I would do something like that is if I'm making at least 150 to 200K, where I'm like, you know what, you don't even gotta work because I can take care of everything. But at the same time, I just feel like people shouldn't be asking other dudes for that when we're still in our 20s, early 30s. You really don't peak into your career until your late 30s.
You don't be struggling and providing.
Yeah, like how are you gonna ask me that when I'm still trying to get my career together? Unless I'm making bank right now, then that's different. But I'm in my mid to early late 20s. Like I'm at the same pace you are.
Just said all three of them.
I was trying to. Well,
mid to early late 30s.
But I'm trying to do like the whole.
Nigga, you're late. You're late.
But like like I just feel like you're like asking me to looking for that for me to be is not gonna work because we're both gonna struggle. And if you want to be struggling, that's fine too. But I don't like to struggle, so I will be very unhappy, especially if it's something I can control.
Yeah, that's a fact. I can agree with that.
I definitely think it's old school thinking. I think I was thinking about this because I think he came from a time where,
do we know that
back in the past, right? Women weren't really capable of providing because they weren't seen as equal, right? So they always
clean that up. Yo, whenever Kyrie squints that one eye.
Listen, don't cut up the audio.
My bad.
Right? They had their struggles with fair work and fair wages and things like that. So if you come from, let's say, the generation before him, that's how he was taught because that's how they always did it, right? Mm-hmm. In the past, the guy he was the money maker, he was the bread maker, he brought home the bacon, whatever. And the woman, she did what she had to do at home, right? So it's like him coming from that generation, and then like that's what he was taught. So he's basically following on from what he's taught in his past. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But now women are capable of doing that, and it's just an addition.
Mm. Right.
So if I have it to provide, why not?
Mm. There are some.
I've been raising my finger for me.
I didn't say shit yet.
Nigga, say your piece.
All right, thank you. All right, so. It's not lost everything I wanted to say. My man, the main thing that was on my mind.
Ooh, thank
y'all
you.
all answered, right? So my question to y'all is, do y'all feel like less of a man?
Wait, did you answer the question?
Hold on.
Wait, before you switch the topic, because
I still can go on about this a little bit more. Go ahead, Sheik.
All right, let me just answer if I agree or disagree. All right,
we don't care. But he brought up something.
All right, cool. We ready.
He brought up something good that I feel like it's good to touch on because
touch what?
Touch it.
The level in which you provide.
Touch what?
Compared to your age, right? So I don't think anyone should be asking you to provide at that level at your age, right? And it's very, very like that's. I'm totally against that, right? I feel like unless you unless you got
no.
Unless you
got
it,
but that's my point.
But
I'm gonna give you a prime example. I seen. I'm gonna read a Facebook status.
All right, right. You read. I'm gonna.
It's gonna be real quick. Just work with me real quick.
I agree with.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to give because he didn't really give his piece on the.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Go ahead.
I don't think you have to provide financially, like fully. Like I don't think you have to take care of everything to be a man. All right, just do what you can. Okay. As long as you do what you can. You a man.
I just feel like
for some women that's not enough.
That's another discussion.
All I wanted to say was that do you think that for him, like y'all can answer this question after we get over it, but like do you think that it's I don't want to say it's wrong, but like do you see him putting his lifestyle of what he did in his time, right? And comparing it to today and saying like, oh, I did this, that, and the third, and then comparing his manhood, like, oh, this is what a man is. This is what a man does. And then somebody from, like, our generation looking at this is like, yeah, that's great that you can do that, but I'm not in a position to do that right now, or times is just different. So him putting that view out there, how do you feel about that?
I'm like, shit.
I think his perspective.
The whole.
Yeah, I said answer it after.
I mean, we gotta answer.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with his views.
Yeah,
I disagree with it because you can't say, oh, I'm not. This what a man does just because of what he does.
Why
like,
you gotta place?
My bad. I'm just passionate about this.
Kyrie used to play piano back in the day. He misses it.
I type a lot. So yeah, I just agree with that. Like, yo, if you're your own man for doing that. I'm my own man for how I operate. Doesn't make me any different for what you're doing. Doesn't make you any different what I'm doing. You could be struggling for all I know, and I could be gaining my family could be gaining for all I know. I don't know the balances of what you're doing and how you're operating. You can put on a show for everybody to say by saying with your words, but from what somebody may see and from what you're living and how I'm living could be two totally different.
You think
things.
it's ego? You think it's the male ego?
I think what I didn't like is like, yo, like don't say you're you don't brag about it, but you're bragging about it. Like I'm okay with your premise, but like don't like sit there and say like that's what a man does. Like nah, like
why do you think he was bragging about it? Because he made the statement. Oh, you only heard it once. You only heard him talking about it once.
Yeah, you don't got.
So you can't really say he was bragging about it, right? Because it's not necessarily bragging. He just made the statement. He's just putting it out there.
I mean, it depends on your definition of bragging.
That's true.
It depends on his that's his definition of
I
bragging.
feel like
I'm tired of y'all in his definition.
Because people have no.
So then let's look it up on the definition of
But
bragging.
if he's just making a statement saying
he's
but why do you feel the need to make the statement? What is prompting you to make the statement?
I'm pretty sure he was in his home. He was with his family or wherever he was with, and he was just making a statement on his views on how a man should.
Did they ask him what his views was?
I don't know.
Okay, well, so we don't know.
But let me ask this.
You're right. I can't assume he's not bragging.
let me ask this. So, can y'all agree? Can y'all agree that there's two different type of men who want to provide, right? There's a guy. All right, so I can say for myself, right? I want to provide for my wife, for my girlfriend, whatever, for my family. But it's not like I want to be able to know that if something were to happen to my family, that I can provide for them, right? Mm-hmm. That's one type of provider. Then there's another type of a provider that they want their woman not to do anything. Like they want to take care of anything, but it's more so of a controlling way. Like they don't want their girl to work because they want to dictate what their girl does.
And we can't really determine on how he's.
Nah, not talking about him.
No, I'm just saying, but by what he's saying, we don't know how he's providing besides financially. That's what I mean. Like now we got a whole different other. What if he's supporting doing all this stuff, providing financially, but emotionally and other aspects he's trashing everything else.
Right, so traditionally, you know, I feel like the main thing was like men took pride in the fact that they can take care of all the bills back then. Mm-hmm. They took pride in it because if they didn't, they would be seen by society as a boy. All right, so moving into 2019 is, you know, women have more independence. All right, so they can hold their own. They've been holding their own.
A lot of women,
a lot of single mothers, things of that nature, blah blah. Like, you know, so damn.
But I feel like why do my
Gus.
thing is though, like people always say like, yeah, women fought for equal rights, but that should be given. They should be given equal rights. So that statement kind of doesn't even like go with the point of like the whole topic of like should men be providing. Like I feel like, and I think I may be getting off track, but I just feel like at the end of the day, it should be proportional to your income.
Mm-hmm. So if the man is making $100,000 and the girl is making $30,000,
he should be paying almost all of it. If not, if she wants to pay like something like $20-$30,
like the cable bill.
Yeah, but if he's making all that, then why should she pay? Like it's only fair to do it proportionally by income. Yeah. Cause like nowadays you can't income isn't what it used to be. You can't get what you used to get back in the day. So the people that are asking for that, like to me, it's so baffling to see women our age that is like, I want you to do this, I want you to do that, and I want to stay at home when it's not as feasible as it was back in the day. So I'm like, yo, like unless I'm making six figures, like it's not happening. Especially if I have student loans and you have student loans.
So if you
who's paying your student loans? Because I'm not paying your student loans when you went to college.
If you had a girlfriend that wanted to stay home, that wanted to work, that did not want to work and wanted to be taken care of, right? But you really loved her. Would you stay with her?
I would be with her.
It depends on our financial situation. If I can afford to do it, I will. If not, then we might have to go our separate ways.
Yeah.
Sorry, baby, this don't work for me financially. I gotta go.
I just feel like money is tied to stress in some ways, and if I'm taking care of everything, and at the end of the day, all we're doing is sitting at home and not, exercising our minds and going out and doing things because we don't have the cash flow to do it, I'm not gonna be particularly happy.
Yeah,
cash flow.
But for me, it's not even financially. Like I couldn't be with somebody that's not ambitious. Like you telling me you want to be home all day?
Maybe she's not ambitious when it comes to like career wise, but maybe she's an ambitious mother. Maybe she's nurturing her kids. Maybe she wants to stay home and make sure that her kids get all the type of loving and care that she.
That's cool that you say that, but I don't believe that bullshit. Anyway, my thing.
I don't know. I would disagree with you.
No, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Before the kids or anything, before the kids and all that stuff. You telling me you ain't have no ambition prior to that, but to be an ambitious
Some
mother?
women's ambition is to be an amazing mother. They want to spend as much time.
Before the kids and all that, you went to school
There
for
are some-
mothering. That's what you went to school for.
I mean, you don't. It's not an easy job.
I'm just saying,
though.
like, you have to have other ambitions outside of that.
Yeah,
But you just telling me that, I want to be an ambitious mother.
So taking care of the kids is not enough.
I think it's enough.
What if she sold Avon on the side? Like she like
do something. Like I'm not saying.
Yo, let me read this question. My fault. I'll let you go right
question.
now. Melody said, "If you could financially take care of everything, would you still be okay with your lady working?"
Damn, no.
that was the
Was
question.
that going into what you was gonna say?
No.
Oh, my bad.
What you want to say, Austin?
I said, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, to this question.
Yeah. I'd be okay with her working.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I'm not
Some
telling you
people
don't
need
work.
to
I'm
work.
telling you I'm gonna provide
Yeah.
in these ways. I'm not telling you don't work. That's a little weird. Like, hey, don't make no money.
Because you know what would be great? Like, say if I'm able to take care of anything, any money that you get, you could pocket that. You know what I'm saying? Save that. Do whatever you can. So if we ever hit hard times,
Sometimes kickback some in my pocket.
exactly. You know, for a little something.
So, all right, which is a good question. This is a simple question.
Wait, Kyrie.
When you guys
now.
when you guys get married,
Thanks.
when you guys get married, to your wives or whoever y'all get married to,
What's the other?
we don't.
is it our money? Like, do you guys do y'all feel like your money is your money, my money is my money, or
it's
is
our
everybody's
money? Once you get married, it's our money.
That's how it's
my
supposed
money
to
is
be.
your money.
Okay, but that's
your money is my money.
So can
So
I
that's
ask
how
you a
you.
question?
That's how.
Are you gonna only use a joint account?
Ooh,
That's a good question. To be honest, I don't know.
There you go.
To be honest, I don't
Are
know.
you gonna use a joint account?
I don't know if I necessarily need to. I mean, why not? Why
The
not have
answer
a
is
joint
yes
account?
or
Yeah,
no.
I would. I would
Would you
have a
have-
joint
would
account.
you have-
But I would. I mean, why not have your own separate account?
But
That's
the answer
what's
is
gonna
yes or
ask.
no.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I'd have my own account and I have a joint account.
No. The answer is: are you only gonna have a joint account?
Oh no.
No.
So by definition, then technically, it's not our money.
It is
By
ours.
his definition.
When it comes to certain things,
Right,
it's
right.
ours. What I'm saying
So then
is the
technically
money,
it's not a full-
the money that I make, no matter what it is for the betterment of my family, for us. And if I decide to make a decision, I'm gonna speak with my wife before I make the decision.
Oh, that's
So why not put everything under one account?
I don't know.
I'm not doing that.
I don't
I'm
know.
not doing everything
So-
on the account.
I don't feel like that would
I
be.
wouldn't give my feedback on research I read, but
Oh, I was just gonna say I would have my own account,
And then
her
money
own
in the
account,
mattress?
have a joint account, and then we just put money into the joint account together. So if we're both making money, and we have a separate account, like for both of us, we could just stack it that way.
but then technically it's not pooling everything together in one account.
I mean, but it's,
Wait,
it's,
you would do
it's
you would
our
do
money.
an account?
Oh no, I never said I would. And that's gonna lead me to my next research. They said it's not always good to do one joint account because resentment and human nature, everybody wants to have their own technically. So pulling one in joint account, let's say your wife gets mad at you one day and your wife gets mad at you one day and God forbid she takes all your money. Sheesh! Then what?
Yeah.
You get mad at her one day, you clean out her account.
Or she has
clean out their
bad,
account.
or you or her got bad spending habits.
Yeah, it just
Or
doesn't.
she has bad spending habits.
Or he has bad spending habits.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some things, you just go buy big ass flat screen TVs.
Yeah. And especially, and then
Sometimes go buy a Ford Raptor.
and sometimes it's not equal. So if you're the breadwinner or she the breadwinner, she's obviously gonna be putting more money in that account, that joint account. So
Wait, isn't it your turn with the headphones?
No, he did. No, he did last week.
No, he passed it all to me. He passed
You
it
did
to
last
me,
week. You
so
did last
it
week. You
is.
did last week.
alright, so because that's what I think. That's why I bring it up because we talk about, it's a partnership. Marriage is a partnership, and then we talking about like providing, paying for everything. If she has an income, like at the end of the day, everything is an agreement. So depending on what you and your wife agree to is what you're going to do. Sometimes it don't matter. It don't matter what somebody else doesn't understand what you're doing. It's like if your girl's okay with it. If she's like, all I gotta do is pay 20% of the bills, cool. That's your agreement. If you want to pay 100% of the bills, that's your agreement. So
Wait, so you doing a split, a joint account? I mean, I said split.
the joint account, no, I don't do that. I got a problem with the idea. Unless it's gonna be in the house, we both can touch it and see it. Like we gonna get a jar That's gonna be our joint account.
Yeah, his job. He gonna get robbed.
No, I'm not gonna get robbed.
pull up
See, I'm
to
gonna
Gus'
live
crib.
in Florida.
Gus gonna have
Crocodiles and shotguns will be good.
He gonna have a crocodile.
I'm having a pet crocodile.
Yeah, I'm not with it with the sharing account.
Yeah, joint
Solely sharing account? Nah.
I'll have a joint account just for like vacations. It'll be for a reason. Like, okay, we do this for maybe this is for college fund. This is emergency fund. But
Emergency fund. Yeah.
Will y'all be open with y'all financials? Like,
I mean, when you're married, yeah.
Sometimes, hey man,
What you mean by open? What you mean by open?
As
How
like
much you
basically like not where how much you make,
What you
not all your accounts. I'm talking about everything. Like your wife know everything about your financial stuff.
But why would you need to hide anything?
That's not about hiding.
It's
Sometimes
not like, I'm not
hiding.
giving her reports on how much I make, and she's not requesting reports on how much I make. But it's like, hey, if I made extra money here, I made extra money here. It's like, it's whatever. Like, if you want to know, or like, oh, hey, by the way, I got a raise. Yeah, that's a conversation. But it's not like I have to tell you exactly what I'm doing.
Cause you heard of people who got secret accounts in marriages and shit like that. That's what I'm saying.
Who
That's
was
why I'm
it?
asking this question.
Who was it that was married to that billionaire and she had like a secret account? No, it wasn't it one of Shaq's ex-wives or something like that? Like she was putting money away on the side or something like that? I don't know.
That's a good question. That's a good
question
question for later.
He wasn't married. He was married to the
Hoops?
Shirley O'Neal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't her?
I don't know.
She was like,
Don't
you
quote me.
buy
I don't want to put that out there.
She went return.
First of all, Shaq is still 7'1", so I'm good.
Come step on you.
So how do men provide?
Are we still talking financial, or are we talking about?
It's a-
A different way than financial.
Yeah.
Okay, so we
Let's talk about how men provide emotionally.
women.
Or women. Yeah.
Yeah, how do people provide in general? Let's generalize it. Alright, people. Nah, because people can provide
Emotionally, there's a lot of
emotion, financially. We cover that. What else besides emotionally?
Security.
Security. That's a good one.
Security's a good
Your
one.
girl ever made you feel
Intelligence.
secure?
Knowledge is power, my brother.
Your girl ever made you feel secure?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
She be like, you the orange daddy.
Wow.
And I quit.
What are some ways your girl can make you feel secure?
When,
I have another
when
question
they get
to
your
add to
order
that.
wrong, and she go up there and tell them that the order is wrong.
That's the one way.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Wait, do you
I
never
mean, it's
do
alright,
it?
it's whatever. But I don't really.
No, Austin.
I got you.
Yeah, that little fight. That little fight.
You ask for no pickles, you ain't gonna get no damn pickles, okay?
Yeah, it's always the small things. Like if somebody, like even like in a car, if somebody cut you off and you're not really mad about it, but she about to get out the car for you, like nah, this nigga need to know. He did, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't about that.
Yeah, I
She got more road rage than you.
I don't want you to do that. Stay ass in the car.
You don't want her to, but it's like, alright, you got a little
Melody
fire.
said physically is the other way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, physically.
I want a girl that can fight too.
Spiritually.
Ooh, yeah, that's a.
He said, "I want a girl that can fight."
I want a girl that can fight.
What were you
like
gonna
a
ask
UFC
the question?
Don't put him in the spot.
No, because I was trying to remember.
I know.
Fuck. I don't
I said something about emotionally or something like that.
Yeah, just that talk.
Providing emotionally.
No. There was something else, but I can't remember.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So if
I
we
didn't have my
talking,
moment, so.
if we talking emotionally, right?
Yeah.
What are some ways that a woman can provide for you emotionally that'll make you happy in a relationship?
Well, when you have a bad day, and they come talk to you, they listen to you vent, and they give you advice and stuff like that.
This is you too. This is how your girl makes you feel, or how a girl would make you feel. You talking about? So you would vent to her and you would tell her about your day.
Like if she's providing emotionally, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'm having a bad day, and she's there to support my bad day emotionally, because I'm fucking heated, like I'm ready to go orange.
Is it crazy that if I have a bad day, I just want to be left alone?
Nah, I'm the same way.
Like that's my emotional. That's you provided for me emotionally. Like if I'm having a bad day, just leave me alone.
Understanding.
But
yes,
yeah.
That's the big thing for
Understanding
me.
is the what you call it. It's like, so if she knows you, she know you had a bad day, she could sense it. She said, I know you had a bad day. Listen, I got the dinner in the refrigerator. I'm about to head out. What the? The house is yours.
The refrigerator?
The dinner's in the refrigerator. What you thought I said?
I don't want no damn cold dinner.
Nigga, warm that shit up. Nigga, cold macaroni be good sometimes.
Hey, baby, your dinner's in the freezer.
Your homeless macaroni's
Let
in
me
the
read this
freezer.
comment. Melody said, the best way a man can provide for me is through conversation. A man who gives you his time and consistency is someone I pay attention to.
So attention.
Oh, I did get some answers from when I posted it on Instagram.
Oh, me too. Let's go into what you call it.
All right, so
Let's go on the social medias.
Scotty Aura said financially, security, sometimes spiritually, and in super traditional type marriages, having the final decision on everything.
Wait, what? Having the final decision?
Yeah, that threw me.
That shit
for a
started
loop.
off good and just like curveball.
Yeah, that threw me for a loop.
But
wow.
Well, you read it how women provide or how men provide?
This would be what was the yellow one?
How men provide.
Yeah, so Handsome HBK said we provide the dick. All right.
The dick. Somebody on my side said Dave M said they provide child support money. Wow. Yeah, that's so good.
What about providing Austin said a sense of security. What about providing?
I ain't say that shit.
Who said security?
That was brought up, but we never.
Someone brought up security.
That was Kyrie.
Oh, a sense of security, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I also brought up intelligence, but yeah, security.
Ooh, yeah. We're gonna talk about intelligence.
Kid.
So sometimes
like a Pokemon.
Have you ever been tested by a woman?
Yeah.
Like by your woman?
Yeah.
Every damn day.
In regards to like, she'll say something or she'll poke at you to see how you react to what she says.
Drew, you got Sonic legs.
Yeah, like that.
I think we've all been there.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like that happens.
But that happens. Like women will test a man. Like they'll say something just to see if there's any chinks in your armor. If their words can pierce what you're like you.
How have you been tested?
Just
besides STDs.
I was just gonna say that.
just by a girl saying something, I don't know, just maybe poking fun at you to see how you react. The reason I say it is because a lot of women like to feel like their man is secure with themselves, and when their man is secure with themselves, they feel secure with their man. So if they test you and you overreact emotionally, then that could be a sign that you're not secure with yourself.
That's not entirely true.
Yeah, because sometimes women like they'll test you and all that and see that you're secure and they're not secure with themselves.
Or they don't like the fact that you didn't react to what they were doing. They want to see some emotional outbursts.
Right, but oftentimes not reacting means that you're secure. Like
not true.
It's hard to give a percentage on that because it all depends on the type of person you're with. Sometimes the person you're with might feed off those emotional outbursts.
And that means they're not secure.
That may not mean that.
And the thing is,
if you react to something I say emotionally, right? If you react to something I say emotionally, right? You get upset, you start throwing a tantrum because you don't like what I said. What does that mean? That means I push your button.
But is it fair for you to say that person can't react? Everybody has a reaction to what is said.
If something doesn't bother you, then you don't react.
Of course, if something doesn't bother you, but why is it wrong for something to bother you?
But sometimes women just want.
I like how you slid your comment when I wasn't finished.
Because y'all going nowhere with this thing. So
how do you know we're going nowhere? We going somewhere.
Look, Melody said, "Very true, Drew," in all caps.
She always agrees.
Exclamation point.
Exclamation point.
Some even having no reaction is problematic.
Yes, I'm
no reaction.
The person of no reaction, and it doesn't always work in my favor.
Yeah,
and I'm telling you that for a fact.
Because once you don't react, they feel like, oh, I ain't pushing.
Oh, you don't love me.
You don't care. Or now you don't care
about anything.
Yeah, like if you genuinely have no problem, like your girl want to go out at 1 o'clock in the morning, you like, all right, just let me know when you get there. She gonna be like she be like, what? Like, y'all get what I'm trying to say? Y'all get what I'm trying to say? No, y'all don't get
I get what you're saying.
Like, would y'all want y'all women to be leaving randomly at 1 a.m. in the morning?
I mean, if she's
exactly.
Going, if she have somewhere to go, where's she going? She going out with her friends? Where's she going?
But you see how he said no?
No, it all like you said, it all depends. If she's going out with her friends, I'm not. You saying that like randomly, like she going to.
That's what I'm saying, randomly.
I mean, it all depends on where she's going.
Balance
of it
Water
was-
said it's okay to react. It just depends on the nature of the reaction. Reaction to me shows care.
But see, this is my thing.
And boom, right there. You hear what she just said, right?
Yeah,
reaction.
that's what I was saying.
Shows care, and sometimes men don't react. Like we have no type of reaction, and because we don't react, it leads to insecurities.
You was talking about
Nah, I don't have
intelligence. No, you were talking about intelligence.
Why you
This
done,
nigga on the
nigga?
NBA
You can't clock
app.
out, nigga. Come back in, man. This nigga stupid.
Phone's hitting the table.
Oh, god damn it!
You too. So if you're holding it, just hold it.
Everything
You were talking about intelligence, right?
Because this shit.
What is?
I think I have a better, more intriguing question.
I'm not the only one here, so
the question.
just to let you know.
The question is,
Okay, got it.
what's more important to you guys? What do you value more?
Sex.
All right, yeah,
Let's talk about it though. Providing sexually.
Oh wow, we didn't even talk about that.
Right?
That's what they've been saying.
That's what I read.
But everybody want to hear it.
Right?
All right, let's talk about it.
Providing sexually.
You gotta lay it down.
What if,
Freaks.
wait. You gotta what?
Yeah,
You gotta
Red
lay it down.
You gotta lay it down.
Yeah,
Red
you
Ray
gotta lay
Thick
it
said.
down.
Good
Oh,
Red
Ray Thick in here?
Yo, you gotta cool the fuck down.
Let's give him time. We gotta give him applause.
That's a comment. That's a comment.
What?
It's a comment I'm reading, bitch.
Oh, my bad.
She said good pipe and money.
Ooh.
Good pipe to that money.
One out of two ain't bad.
You gotta be a wealthy plumber.
I give you the good old 50-50.
Wait, 50-50?
Wait.
Alright, so how important is sex to y'all in relationships? Okay.
Sex is important, man. Sex is, you ever,
What the hell is wrong with you?
You got me tight.
What?
What that dumb shit you said.
What?
The plumber shit got me tight.
Alright, so how important is sex to you, Drew?
sex is important. If you have two people who,
That's how sex usually goes. Two people. Alright, go ahead. Continue. Two people.
nah, if you have two people who aren't at the same place, like me, I have a very high sex drive. Like,
Okay.
I'm gonna be frank. I have a very high sex drive.
You gonna be frank.
I don't think we want you to be frank.
If a girl cannot
Be
match,
Doug.
if a girl cannot match my sex drive, it's a problem. If I want to have sex 3 times a day and she want to have sex 1 time a week, we're gonna have a problem.
Ooh, that's a big issue.
And vice versa. If a girl,
That's crazy. You gotta find somebody who matches your sex drive.
absolutely.
Especially if you have a high sex drive.
Yeah, and it's vice versa though, because a girl could not want to have sex as much, and she's like, you crazy, like I don't want to have sex 3
Who
times.
was
a day.
it? I think Nicki Minaj said some shit like that.
What?
Son said her man gotta be able to go all night or some shit.
Put that pussy on
Yeah,
your
boy.
sideburn.
Or you can even talk about Joe Budden and Sin when they had that little problem on TV. So basically she was like, I want to make love, and he was like, I'm tired, like, you know.
He's tired. He didn't want to make love.
He didn't want to have. He's older. He's like Sin is like 23, 24, 25.
She's that young.
She's 26.
She's 26. Joe Budden is reaching his 40s.
Right.
She obviously has a higher sex drive than him, like, you know, based on age. You know,
Wait,
so
does that mean you have a high sex
I don't think
drive?
so.
Nah, I just feel like
age does play a point.
It does, but
it depends. It depends on who you are.
and it depends how you take care of your body.
Yeah, he smokes cigarettes and eat beef.
What?
Wait, what?
Like steak and shit like that.
Let me read these comments. Khalid said, "What's going on here? Hey, babe."
You're talking about how providing sex in a relationship.
Balanced Water says sex has to be important. It's a bonding stage between two. Make sure your partner is sexually compatible of a relation, or the relationship is over. Somebody gonna cheat. Now let me ask this question. Balanced Water, what do you mean when you say sexually compatible? How can you be sexually incompatible?
The same way you said you need
just
somebody
said
that match your high sex drive.
Your sex drive.
Besides that,
That's compatibility.
Chemistry?
If you hell of a freak and she not, nigga, that's.
I don't believe
Yeah.
that. I think you can have a balance with the freakness. Because I feel like, you know, like you can't
Balance
expect
with the freakness.
Yeah, I feel like you can't expect everybody to be ultra freaky like you. Like
Over
But you
freaky.
can't
Ultra
expect everybody to
freaky.
have a high
Ultra
sex drive.
freaky.
like
nah,
that.
that's why I say
Yeah.
like it's gotta be a balance. Like if you have a really really low sex drive and I have a high sex drive, like it's gonna be a problem. But
Yeah.
if there's like a medium, like
Up and
I
down.
have like
Balance.
there's a balance. There's
yeah,
gotta
like
be
if
a
she tell you
balance.
to go into bed and lift your legs up, then you know it's a problem.
Wait, what?
If she that kind of freaky, but you not that kind of freak.
Yeah.
Now, how would you feel, right? You got a high sex drive. She doesn't match your sex drive, but she's willing still to have.
To try.
and she's not
What's
enjoying.
trying?
And you know, no.
Is
She's
trying just laying there on your back?
She tired.
Exactly.
She just
Nope.
taking it.
Nope, that's not sex.
Making no noise.
That's not sex.
That's something else. That ain't sex.
That's a sex doll.
Exactly.
Come, Drew.
Exactly.
Pause.
Melody says sex is very important. The pipe must be on point. Yo, let me ask the ladies in the chat.
You got to touch bottoms.
Would y'all sacrifice?
What's that?
I don't know. That sounded weird.
What?
You gotta touch bottom.
Yeah,
Touch
what is
bottoms?
that?
Damn, shit.
If I have to explain it to y'all, then I don't think
No, please.
we should be having this
Please.
conversation.
What does
Explain it to
touching
us.
the bottom mean? In the
What
hood.
is touching bottoms?
Yeah, bottom.
The bottom of the vagina.
What's the what?
Okay, shit.
Okay.
All right. Ladies, what is the bottom of the vagina?
Let me read this question real quick.
Read it.
It's right here.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Cause you still scrolling.
It's right here.
What do we have standards for women when it comes to, like she said? Oh, the pipe gotta be on point. What about us as dudes?
The top got to be on point.
The top. But what about the bottom?
Wow, that was funny. Wow.
Oh, brother, this guy
Like,
stinks!
your girl got a high sex drive, but she always dry.
What?
How you got a
High sex drive and you dry.
Dude, that shit right
That don't make no
that
sense.
shit right there had me like, yo.
You over here
Alright,
fucking
so
the
let me-
Oh,
cat.
the air conditioner always on.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah.
You stupid guys.
Oh, can I ask the people in the that are you funny?
Nah.
Which
Wait, don't air conditioners make things wet?
What?
that was
No.
Never mind. Go ahead.
Any air makes it dry.
Go ahead, Kyrie.
Okay. I'm pretty sure air conditioners give off condensation, but go ahead.
Yeah, the air conditioner be wet, but your
What
girl
are
gonna
y'all
be.
talking about?
We talking about dry jokes.
We
Drew.
talk about vaginas, Drew. You may not enjoy it, but we do.
Wow. This conversation is going.
so
Oh, he's a houseway.
Damn-
Khalid
damn
said a
conflict,
houseway. That you don't turn her on if she's dry.
That's a fact.
That's not true.
If she's sitting there dry as a
It depends
freaking
on how long y'all
Arabian
been-
night,
It depends on how long y'all been having sex for.
That
If you
too.
was having sex for 2 hours, she gonna get dry eventually.
The condensation of vagina, you know.
Yo, let Kyrie ask his question, man.
nah, go ahead.
Oh my god! Yo,
Go ahead. Nah, y'all was on a tangent. Come on, go ahead.
Oh my god.
Don't stop.
Khalid said yes, I am correct. The AC does make the vaginal canal dry. Yes.
Nobody disputed that.
Shake did.
Oh, sorry, Shay.
He said.
I didn't dispute anything. I just asked a question.
He said, doesn't the AC make the vagina?
I don't know what a vagina
Kyrie,
is.
back to you.
Long ass fingers.
That's how I feel when you do that shit. Pulse.
Hey.
Alright, what do you think people would take? What do you think people would take it with you if you would provide?
What?
Oh wait.
What?
Yo, Kyrie, you gotta clear it up, bro.
Alright, so if you had to choose between, let's say somebody had to choose between like providing, like, would you rather provide good sex or more money?
That's what I was gonna. That's what the question.
Sorry,
I
I'm
was
sorry.
looking for. Nah, you beat me to it.
Oh, I thought you wasn't shake. Anyway.
He got you. All right, so what's more important, money or sex, basically?
In the providing sense, what do you think is more important?
For me to provide.
Let's ask the chat that first. Like,
Yeah.
what do y'all think? Do y'all find sex more important, or do you find financial security more
Does
important?
money make pussy wet?
That's a good question. Because
Nah,
you sure? I'm pretty sure it do. Does it not?
Money make pussy wet.
Does money
You don't think
make
so?
I think so.
Sex firehead will have me paying the bills. Ooh,
That's all it takes.
balancing water. Just that's all it takes.
No dates, no nothing.
She said sex.
She said sex.
You got that.
So-
you got that fa.
So then,
You got that fa.
So like-
so then, how can y'all be unhappy when you getting good sex but don't got no money?
I mean, because the sex is an easy fix.
But
Makes you forget about the bills.
My question was, what would you rather have, good sex or money?
me personally,
and you can't complain because this is what you wanted.
Y'all want to answer that?
Can I have money and bad sex?
You can have you either or.
I'm providing for myself. I'm
I'm
providing. So
That's gonna say
I'm
I'm providing. I'm providing my sex.
I'm gonna have to take the financial security.
All right.
I actually thought he was gonna say the other one.
Yeah, I think the security gonna stress me out.
I can't.
Cause after you bust that nut, you like, damn,
I'm broke.
These bills.
Damn, but I'm not gonna lie. No, bad sex stress you out.
Oh yeah.
Bad stress sets you up.
Bad stress.
it make you
Not
more
like being on the
stressed.
street stretch you out.
Now you get those facts. What you can do
That's
is
I told you. That's my number one fear is being homeless.
Oh, word.
I cannot. You better kill me now. I
You can't fuck in the box.
What you can do, if the sex is bad, I get
homeless people
the
are
virtual
big.
reality headset. Be good.
Wait, what?
How you gonna do that? You don't got no money.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I said the sex is bad, and then you say if the sex is bad, you got financial security. All right then, shut your ass up.
So what does that
So
do
if
with
the
virtual
sex-
reality?
If the sex is bad, you can put on a helmet and visual and see something else.
But you wouldn't feel it.
You would because you be in a.
That's not
In
going
a
to
what? In the helmet, yes. What are you
That's
talking
not
about?
going to make sex better. How is that going to
Yo,
make
go
sex?
shut
That's
your
like
ass up.
You can watch
Word.
whatever porn you want as the satisfaction to having that.
Shut up, my nigga,
Alright,
shut
so
up.
Hold up.
basically the idea was
Mika
to
said, that's hard. I won't get wet if he can't pay the bills. Maslow hierarchy of needs. She said
Well,
we
that's
need.
that's a tough one.
There's
said-
no
she
hierarchy. It's either A or B.
She said we need to eat and feel secure and safe first before we can get to pleasure.
He be like, I'm trying to eat, but you ain't letting me.
So basically,
Get it?
Mika's saying that she
You have
prioritizes
to say,
financial
get it?
stability over sex.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll
And,
take financial stability.
yeah, I'm taking. What y'all giggling
Cause
about?
this guy over here talking about. He was like, you try. Nigga said she want to eat it, but you won't let her. No.
What?
Y'all can't fit it.
What?
Anyway, so what? All right.
Colleen said, tough question. I guess good sex because I never needed a man for money.
That's what Drew was trying to say. He never needed a man for money.
No, that's you did say that, Drew.
But the question was
Either or.
either or.
So she's saying sex.
So she's saying sex.
She
Okay, I
said,
respect
she said
that.
she never needed a man for money, but she needs him for loving.
Okay, so then that means that she's not expecting a man to provide for her.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
good financially.
Alright, so
She's
if we-
good financially. Okay.
If we have
I just want to
financial.
reiterate because sometimes people say
Yeah, you know how you and Queen Lean do it. Y'all be going at it.
I fucks with her though.
You got if we got like pick top 5 or 3 to 5, right? So you got financial security, right? You have emotional support. You have sex, good sex. Help me out, guys.
We were supposed to talk about intelligence.
Oh,
Intelligence.
yes. We never got into that.
Intelligence.
Nigga, I said it 5 times and
sorry,
you backed
so-
out each time.
What's the last one?
Don't get going
What's
on
an
me.
example of providing intelligence?
Oh, by providing
YouTube links?
not even have to be YouTube. We could just be providing deep conversations on like things that like that person's never learned or things that you've learned by passing it down to that person.
Could
shit
you
that you bring to the table from your own experience and what you know?
Or even like your own research or your work, your career, things
True.
like that. Like things you studied, like you can maybe reading a book. You're like, I read this today. Did you know about X, Y, and Z? And maybe you guys have a debate.
Yeah.
But both out of a debate, you can learn something from a debate.
So your
Could
head
you be-
has to
could
be an
you be
asset
with-
in 2 ways.
Could you be with a woman if you and her did not click? What are you laughing at?
No, keep going. Yeah.
Could you be with a woman if you and her did not click intelligence wise?
No. I'm being honest.
Yeah, you don't want to be with somebody that's like.
I don't want to see, but I don't want to be with somebody that's like, wait. I mean, to me, it doesn't matter. But like, if I can't talk to you about like,
What if she's willing to learn?
oh, then yeah.
Some dudes like that girl's pretty and dumb.
There's potential.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like if she like, like shit.
But some dudes like that girl's pretty and dumb. They like for their girl to, be this.
But
That's
it's
dumb.
easier to control them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like,
Exactly.
but it comes
Same
to
thing with finance.
I feel like when you get a certain age, that dumb shit ain't flying.
That shit
Nah,
gonna
I
get
know.
annoying.
exactly, because
It was cute when we was in high school, but you ain't know the math problem, algebra. But now he grown, you
You
gotta.
better figure out what them dollar means on them
Dead ass,
bills,
right?
Shit.
Oh, snap.
And then that's the
I didn't
woman
know.
that's raising your kids. So
That's a fact.
All right, so ladies, what's more important, intelligence or pipe?
But you know what? I feel like most ladies
Why
would
we
rather
comparing
pipe.
everything to pipe?
I feel like
Because
that's a
Pipe
good
been-
question.
Pipe been winning.
That's a good question. I feel like ladies rather pipe than intelligence because that's something they feel like they can learn.
they won't say that.
What's
Wait,
the,
from
they
a
won't
from
admit
a
that.
man?
from the because they would say
No, pipe from a woman.
That can happen nowadays.
Yeah,
You know
word.
that?
Yeah.
I know, Jake.
are we not?
What happened?
You saw like it's somebody.
Colleen said, I need an intelligent man. Melody said, intelligence, that is a turn on. So, like, what's his name? Gus said, would you take pipe or would you take intelligence? Good pipe or intelligence? You gotta sacrifice one of the two.
What if he piped you while reading the book?
Nah.
But what if he
No.
can't read, so he pretended?
Like Floyd.
Like who? Oh wow! Oh wow!
Yo, Balanced Water said, intelligence over everything. It's holiday season and I can't bring nobody around the fam that ain't on point. It'll be a full-blown roast session. Yo, your
Yo, I
fam-
really don't believe that people really would choose intelligence over sex.
And we talking if he's intelligent, but he has his pipe game is trash.
Yeah, that's what
I
we mean.
really
I don't think
feel-
ladies is taking that.
I don't
think
think
they
ladies
taking
is
it
taking
either.
that. They'd rather take a dumb
I
nigga
might, yeah.
with good pipe.
But with
Yeah, word.
He's stupid, right with him.
Especially if she's smart. If she thinks
Yeah, she like, I'm smart. I ain't gonna be dumb like
I
this,
need this,
nigga.
word.
Meanwhile, be stupid and sack of potatoes.
A sack of potatoes.
And they all saying, all the ladies are saying intelligent man.
Which
Ladies
y'all-
is-
so-
no ladies with the shit.
Wait. Colleen said, give me an intelligent man, I'll get the job done. That's
Oh.
cheating.
So she about to masturbate.
That's cheating.
Instruments.
Melody said intelligence. I cannot have a conversation with someone I feel you're dumb.
I feel you.
What about y'all? What about y'all? Y'all think would y'all pick sex over intelligence or intelligence over sex?
I'm
Nah,
picking
I
sex.
gotta be
Picking
able.
sex.
Yeah.
Okay, he's one of those dudes. I
You
wanna
want your
control.
sex though?
Hey, let's just
No, he's
Sex.
I
picking
gotta.
sex.
I gotta have an intelligent conversation. There's no way I could just go through. All right, let's have sex again because
Oh, what happened?
that just blink.
It did it?
But it's like
Oh, it
just
just blinked.
did,
That
yeah.
was weird.
Must have had, you know when you blink when your eye.
Yeah, shit.
that's weird. But yeah, I can't. Just having, yeah, you could have great sex, but if I can't hold a conversation with you, that shit is a turn off for me. My shit won't even jump for
You be
that.
trying to talk to
My
us like,
shit will.
oh, come on, let's go to the room.
Yeah.
Oh, stop talking.
Intelligence
Stop talking. Let's go.
is a part of sex.
It's
Yeah,
a-
really
it's an
think about
attraction.
it. Isn't it? Yeah, it is.
You can be sexually intelligent.
Yeah.
You can be turned on by somebody intelligent.
You
Word,
can see
yeah.
when you moving lower to the butt, she like the butt.
A sapiosexual.
Wait, what? Wait, yeah,
Wait,
I don't understand what you
said.
just
I don't
said.
agree with
Y'all
nothing
talking about
you
two
said.
different things.
Yeah, I was like,
All I know is
I'm
that
talking about you
when-
can see when a woman likes certain things in the bedroom. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, blinked again.
Is it a human?
Is the camera human?
Too bad.
I think. To me, I know that when if I'm talking to a woman, she had
Big ass boots.
That's why they won't let you in slate with them shits.
If I'm talking to a woman, she got a whole bunch of goals that she's pursuing, and she's like on her crack, and she just has a whole bunch of knowledge that I never knew anything about. Like that, straight up turn on. I want to be next to you all the time.
So her ambition turned you on.
Her ambition, her brain, all that.
So,
Oh!
Yeah, after that.
What? What's
All I
wrong?
saw was your face in the camera. I was like, ah!
so Austin,
For real.
what
That's me.
are you? Would you be
I
in
don't like
favor
attractive
for good vagina or intelligence?
I'm going with intelligence.
Okay.
I don't believe you.
Nah, I said it before. I said when you younger, shit, you know, you could deal with
That
it.
shit
You did
cute,
say
man.
that, yes,
Yeah,
you
but
did.
That's
once you
okay.
get older, it's like,
Oh, that's alright, baby. You don't know. It's okay.
Yeah.
Now you get older, you're fucking dumb, man.
come on,
Oh,
dumb.
sex.
You know why? Because with mistakes happen when someone that shit gets me tight. It's like you dumb. You just made this mistake because you just dumb.
You the type of manager. You fucked up. You fired.
Nah, I ain't that type of man.
What about you, Shake?
Yeah, like I said before, you gotta have some type of intelligence. I can't just be fuck you all day. Like I got things to do.
So you stand alone in this top in this Drew. How's it feel?
I had to. Cause
I be like
I wasn't going to be the, we was going to all agree. I had to disagree.
No, I think.
All right. So in terms of providing,
Cool.
I got a new question.
As soon as I said I think, that's when you want to talk?
Yeah, shut up.
Every time I say I think, you want to say something.
Oh.
Damn.
I bet you that shit to say. Go ahead, Gus.
Shut up, man.
In terms of providing in a relationship, does your providing change when you go from dating to a marriage? Like, where is that transition? Like, is there a difference between how you provide when you're dating versus how you provide when you're married?
Absolutely. It depends. I feel like it kind of depends on where you are in your relationship.
I think. Oh, it was.
No, you go ahead.
I think that when you're married to your shorty, it's a responsibility. When you're dating, it's not a responsibility. She's not your responsibility.
What if you're courting?
If you're courting,
wow,
that's something different right there.
You did the damn thing.
I see. I feel like if you're courting, you're gonna show her that you can do those things. It's optional still, but you're still gonna try to show her like, look, listen, I can provide for you financially. Oh, look, don't pay. I'm gonna pay for your rent this month, not next month, but this month I got you. Boom.
Pay for your rent.
Yeah, pay your rent.
Can I
Shit.
So
you wouldn't pay if you was dating a chick. You wouldn't pay your rent randomly.
Did y'all see the Tory Lanez
Yeah. When he said basically if a girl asks him to buy her something, that she shouldn't come out her mouth to say it because she's not in his tax bracket or something like that.
Yeah.
Like a woman shouldn't come and ask him for anything.
That's a good segue to something I want to talk about.
How do y'all feel about that? How do y'all feel like how do y'all feel about women asking you to buy them something? Like if someone came to you and said, if you was dating a girl for 6 months and if her birthday was coming around, she's like, hey Gus, I want this coat. $500.
If she's asking me, it's different. It's the difference between asking somebody and demanding it.
She's asking you. What would you say?
Depending on the tone of voice.
Well, if it's demanding, that's a straight up no.
Yeah.
Nobody's
you don't demand shit.
Yeah.
Like what if they're asking you?
If they're asking for a birthday gift, I would consider it because it's a birthday gift.
What if it's not a birthday gift? What if it's just a rent? Like
Buy
they
me
said,
this.
man, I really want this purse. Like, can you get this for me?
I'm gonna be like, no. That's gonna be the first thing.
Honestly, I don't see a problem. If I got it, I don't see a problem.
Yeah, that's me too. Like,
but I would know. Like, I would know if she just. I was gonna say this bitch. I would. I would know if she is just using me for my money.
She's trying to trick you
Boom.
out.
So if she's just using me for my money, I would pick that up.
If she's a giving person, that's the term
factor. Buy me something. I don't care if it's a little card.
Yeah. If she bought me like a tie before, maybe she you know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Maybe.
Colleen said
buy me a tie, you a Louis bag.
She said he was saying he doesn't think a woman should ask him to buy her something that she can buy herself. Oh, that's what it was.
I think he's not into. He don't even be considered a trick.
Yeah, and he was saying basically, don't ask me for something that you can't buy yourself. Like, why are you asking me for that bag? Can't you buy it for yourself? Like, that's what he was saying.
I agree with
and
that.
it's different when you're a celebrity and you have a lot of money. Like, you're in a different position. He was like, if you can't buy yourself a bag, don't ask me for it.
If you can't buy it,
if you can't buy yourself a bag.
If you can't buy it yourself.
So I guess he's saying like basically like, do you think maybe he would buy it if it was something within her price range? Like, let's say if she was like, she could afford like maybe like a low end Louis bag, and he knew that. Do you think he would buy it?
But why the fuck would he buy it for if she could just buy it herself?
Yeah,
I think that's the point he's trying to make. It's like, yo, maybe
so he ain't down to buy nobody's shit.
Because that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, if he,
I think it's more of a like, let me buy it for you. Like,
no, but I get that.
It's like, I have this line with women when they're like, yo, can you buy me this?
That shit sounds so trash.
I'm about to say that nigga sound
mad lazy.
Comes to women, it's like, I have this line with women when they're like, yo, can you buy me this? Shorty, I thought you was up. You can't buy yourself that? If you can't buy yourself that, you can't fuck with a nigga in my tax bracket.
Oh, man. Where are these women?
Period. If you can't buy yourself a Gucci bag, you can't fuck with me in my tax bracket if that's what we're talking about.
Oh, I'm scared.
But luckily, I'm a down to
for a living.
earth. That's the thing. I'm a down to earth nigga. If shorty, you come on some, I don't give a fuck about a Gucci bag. I'm not gonna ask you for that shit. I'm not gonna try you like that. But if you have the nerve to try me like I'm a trick and say, yo, give me this bag, I'm gonna ask you, shorty, do you not have enough money to buy that bag? And if you don't fuck with me.
Hey, yo.
I'm just saying.
Just climaxed.
Joe's
You said Austin said it's kind of weird. Why?
Cause I don't understand. Like,
okay, Austin.
I'm thinking because I'm trying to analyze what he said.
Okay.
If you can't buy it,
that's what I'm trying to figure out.
He don't want to deal with no broke chicks.
I think basically he's saying like, yo,
that's what I think he wants to say.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I don't want to fuck with you.
But I also don't think that that's the case. I think he's basically saying like, yo, don't demand that I get it for you because you know I got money. Like if you can't buy it, then why should I buy it for you? But if you could buy it, and you was like, well, I don't want a Gucci bag. I want like a lower end bag. I could buy it if I want to, but I appreciate if you buy it. Then maybe I think about buying it.
Is it a turn off when women?
I think when he said it,
I'm not gonna ask you to buy it.
But I think.
But it's different when you coming from status. Like if you a celebrity, it's different because women come
you're trying to vet out the realness of a
exactly.
Of a person.
Women come to you and they expect you to buy them things just because you
Yeah.
have money. Like it's a known thing for rappers to trick on girls.
Yes.
So he has to be dealing with somebody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's filtering
He's trying
them
to see
out.
the
Like,
realness of her. Like is she had genuine or is she just wanted just
exactly.
Yeah.
So we don't got.
But if she can't afford it,
he rich.
Yeah,
he rich.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he got some hits.
But if he can't,
I mean, shit.
You right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it one more time. So if she could buy the bag, right, and then he's interested in her and he decides to get it for her because she maybe pointed it out like, oh, that's a nice bag, I will get that. Like, does that make a difference? Is that still considered tricking?
Wait, say that one more time.
All right, so no, so he basically knows that she got her money up, whatever the case may be. She say they chilling together. She'd be like, "Oh, that's a nice bag. I'm gonna cop that." She doesn't get it. Like she's like, "Oh, I plan on getting that," and then he goes out his way to get it for her, even though you know what I'm saying she's capable of getting it herself. Like, is that
like a gift?
Yeah,
like he's buying her a gift.
Yeah,
no, that's
yeah.
not tricking.
Is that fine?
That's not tricking.
Now
tricking.
what happens when she do it again and like, oh, I think I'm gonna get that next time I come, and he's surprised again.
That's his dumbass.
That's his dumbass.
That's his dumbass. But Balanced Water said, I think he doesn't want to be used. A woman that has her own isn't asking for a bag. She asking for time. But the ones asking for material things is looking for a stepping stool.
Which is what I was going on. That's why I asked a second ago. Is it a turn on or is it a turn off when somebody that you're dating, you know, you see a habit or just like, oh, can you buy this for me? Whether even something like small, something small.
I remember I used to mess with a girl every time after we linked, she would ask me to send her money on Cash App. I was starting to feel like she was a prostitute. I was like,
she probably was.
I was like, why? In my head, I'm like, why does she keep asking me for bread through Cash App?
Like,
how much you need? Same time as last.
I'm talking about like $100. Like send me $100.
She had booking info in her bio.
You're wrong for that. You're wrong for that.
Fans only. Fans only. Fans.
Only fans.
Oh.
Damn.
Khalid said, like, it's genuinely her style. She been doing this for herself, so she's not reaching for luxury since he's the one paying.
Wait, what?
Is she referring to herself?
I'm confused. I think she knows who he's talking about. I don't know.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Read that one more time.
She said a bunch before. He was saying he doesn't think a woman should ask him. He will get it for her if she can buy it herself. He'd buy her Gucci bags if she has her own. He'll get more for her because it's nothing. Oh, okay, I see what she's saying.
Do you guys like independent women?
Yes.
To an extent.
What you mean to an extent?
No, explain.
Because like sometimes you want to feel like you can do for your girl. Like it's not a bad thing if she is like independent with certain aspects. But like if I try to plan for something for you, like say I try to plan a trip. Oh, I already been there. Like I'm like, oh fuck. Okay, cool.
That's not independent.
Yeah, that's what you consider like independent. Someone who.
Like I'm saying, if she's able to like pay for her own trip, she's been in different places. Like she, you know what I'm saying, she's just like a on the go type person. Like you know what I'm saying, like she takes care of herself. Like
so
she doesn't necessarily need me to do for her. But like if I ever try to plan to do something for her, it's like that. I feel like it'd be kind of difficult.
She don't need you to provide because she provides for herself.
Exactly.
That's what I was getting at.
Does that bother you?
Like I said, to an extent. Like
her providing for herself. So let's say
it doesn't. Don't first of all. Don't paint no picture.
Shake, you're bothered.
Don't paint no picture.
Grind your gears, shit.
I said to a certain extent. To a certain extent. Nigga, I'm not chopping it like Kyrie.
Hey, yo.
Who gave you the fucking headphones? Yo, you gotta stop doing that. Stop giving me the headphones, bro. Stop giving me the headphones. This is your turn. This is your second time.
No, it's not.
No. This is your
No,
second
it's not.
time. This is your second time. I'm done.
Now I only ask that because, like, I'm attracted to independent women. I love a woman who can take care of her own shit. Like Neo song. I love her because she better.
Do you love a woman that doesn't need you?
Oh, that attract me the most.
Yeah, me too.
Cause that means that when she's with me because she want to be, not because she need to be.
Bingo. I think that's the best thing you said on this podcast.
Yo, that shit was clean cut.
In 1 year, that's the best thing Gus said on this podcast. Can you repeat that?
I don't think I can. Yo, don't mess me up.
So you guys don't think there's such thing as a woman being too independent to where you never feel like she needs you at all?
And that's why I said to a certain extent. Like, I'm not saying that she cannot do for herself. Like, I want you to be able to do that.
So then, can you use the same for yourself? Can you be vulnerable enough to not be able for her to help you?
Yeah.
Okay. Because
So how can independence be problematic in a relationship?
it can. I can tell you, for example.
Please give me one.
He leaned forward.
By basically just doing everything and not letting your partner shine in a way where they could be like let's say you go out to eat, you're always paying for the date, but you know the person you with likes to splurge. They splurge on other people, but they're not able to splurge on you. That's basically being like way too independent. I'm very independent, but I'm learning that sometimes you just gotta just be okay with that person just doing for you, and have the conscious mind to be
And
like,
that's
okay.
what I was trying to say.
I feel like in this, so like that, I think that's what you meant, because I thought you meant like basically she has to like let you do like thing. Well, I don't know what I'm saying, but basically that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm saying, but basically that's what I'm saying.
So like it's essentially like like you gotta like let leave a little control for that person to be able to be like
So you gotta just give a little. Kind of.
Yeah, give a little.
The best leaders know how to
because you're
follow.
too independent.
You can be too independent.
I'm like that when it comes to gifts. Like, it's hard for me in relationships to accept gifts. I really don't like. Like my girl the other day, she was asking me about a coat. She was like, she wanted to buy, and I was just like, I can buy my own coat. You know, like I just
say no every time.
Yeah, like I don't want nobody to buy me something. I want to buy it for myself.
But don't you feel like the fact that she wants to do something for you is
And
like
that's
where it's like she be thinking like, oh, I want to do this for my man or whatever the case may be, and then you say no, and I was just like, oh.
So in that situation, he's being independent. And that's how it's negatively impacted.
Yeah, because it's like it's a coat. Like my fault. It's like one thing is like it's a coat. You know what I'm saying? Like you probably need one, and she was like, all right. You probably was talking about it. Oh, I need to get a coat. And in her mind, she's like, all right, let me hook him up with a coat. Like that's something I could do for him. And then as soon as you say no, she's like, oh.
And you doing that consistently do all that stuff because they don't forget.
Because after a while, it's like, all right, I'm not gonna do shit.
You know what? If I'm gonna be completely honest,
I respect that.
I had a situation like in the past. What?
Nah, I said, what did he say? Because he said I respect it. I didn't hear what he said.
Or she'll just buy the coat. Like that's what he said.
Oh
yeah. Like, I'll say no, but
she'll get it anyway.
Yeah.
There was like a situation where, a girl bought something for me, and then when we kind of split ways, she kind of threw it back in my face a long time ago. And I felt like from that incident, I was kind of scarred for life.
From that day forward,
I was like, I will never But obviously, I have accepted gifts after that. Yeah. But that kind of like messed it up. It's kind of like a throwing it in my face.
Nigga Drew was mad on Christmas. Don't give me nothing.
Hold up, Colleen said, "You mean like balance?" ? She said, "I agree, y'all. Laugh my ass off. Best thing from Gus. Good job, bro."
Don't touch me. Y'all don't touch me.
Balance Water said, "I'll never take my man's role unless I tell him I'm taking him on a date for a change. I'm taking him on a vacation for whatever reason."
I mean, that's the thing. I feel like two independent people have to learn how to be dependent on one another. It's basically leaving control. It's
like a girl come home and say, "Pack your shit, Gus. We going on a date."
Yeah.
What you packing up?
I be like, nah. Save your money. We staying inside.
But that's
why. And then it's like, now she mad. And I'm like, yo, that's the smart decision for you to do. And then it's,
I'm not gonna say that we stay inside, but like.
Nah, we gonna stay inside. Watch Netflix, all right? Okay. The Office. All right.
Have some
okay.
AC.
That's how you do it.
Talk about that.
Some of that AC. Nice.
You wet yet?
Are you wet yet?
Are you wet yet?
Nah, but
good.
But like I'm the type of person
They
that
don't like wet shit. That's crazy. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm
Not
like,
you. This one.
Only if it's citrus.
I'm like, if you were to be like, yo, I want to take you on vacation, I'd be like, nah, like I can pay for it myself. Like I'd rather you save your money for yourself, and I'll pay for my shit myself.
So you too independent.
Yeah, I'm working on that though. I'm really am, like, cause I realize like I'd be like, nah, I got this, cause I'm always secure that I can take care of myself no matter what. But sometimes I just gotta let people like be like, here you go, you got that, cause I'm more of a giver.
What if a girl wants to fly you out?
Well,
what if she bought the ticket already?
I'm a thought.
I'm gonna have to just. I'm
right in the airport, like this is my little suitcase rolling.
Luggage in there.
I would ask like, yo, how much did you spend?
So if she told you, like, I bought your ticket already, the girl slides
I
in
would be
DM,
like,
she says, I bought your ticket already, come to Cali.
Whoa,
Next
whoa. All right, I would
Whoa.
say I don't know you like that, like.
Obviously, you know her in this scenario.
So then why you gonna say something?
He said something.
I'm saying, yeah, that's why I'm like,
I like when women take control, but when you ask, I'm gonna automatically want to take more control. But if you just take it, it's alright, you got it. See, I take it. like if she bought the ticket, if she bought the ticket,
she got it.
Yeah, she got it. Yeah, if she take it, out.
Ladies, you just gotta take it.
Like you just saying.
She'd be like, babe,
go
let me
get
eat
it,
you out.
ladies.
No, let me eat you out.
Hey, ladies, just go get it.
Let's go get it.
As long as you ain't naked. Alright, we about to close this off.
Let me just read
What's
these comments. Balanced Water says, so a woman should ask a man to cater to him sometimes. Yes, according to Gus.
What do you mean?
I don't think you gotta.
Not according to Gus.
I don't think you gotta ask. I think it's more like, like I said, I'm learning to be with someone who's like, be like, yo, I got this. Like, I think in yourself, you just gotta be like, okay, well, whatever. Like,
I'm hard headed, so it's like I know that my future wife ain't gonna listen to me sometimes, and it's gonna be healthy. I'm gonna be like, nah, don't do that, and she's still gonna do it. And at the end, I'm gonna be like, I'm glad you did that.
If you get married.
That's some dumb shit.
Nah, I mean, sometimes.
it's a question is like, do you have to listen to everything that person says? You have to do what they say. If they say don't do it and you do it, are you wrong for doing that?
Also, I think
Sometimes
it's
you're wrong,
important to
sometimes
give
you're right in a
it's
relationship.
important to
Yeah,
give
exactly.
the person time, because a lot of the times it may be too early in a relationship. You may feel like, I'm not ready to be receiving gifts. I'm not ready for you to shower with me with things just yet. So just give it some time. If your man feels uncomfortable with the fact that you want to do something for him, ask a little bit later on in the relationship. Maybe he's just not there yet from accepting. Because some men take. I know ladies don't like a guy who just wants to take everything from you.
Yeah,
Like a
we
guy.
should have a conversation about gifts.
Yeah, it's hard.
Giving gifts too soon, or
Like,
never
it's-
giving gifts. We should have that
That's a
conversation.
fact.
We can talk about trash gifts.
It's hard for me personally to
Yeah,
take,
we're
like
back in the episode.
say if my girl sees me on hard times or my mom or whatever, she'd be like, oh, here's some. I probably won't take it. Like I'd be like, nah, I'm good. Try to figure this shit out on my own.
But that could be a pride thing too.
It is. No, it is.
It's definitely a pride
It
thing.
is definitely a
It's
pride
definitely
thing.
ego
But
thing.
like as a man, I just want to figure it out on myself before I even have to resort to that.
On the next episode,
Let me read these comments before we end this. So Mika said, at the beginning of my relationship, I didn't know how to accept nice things from my man either. Like he would want to fill up my gas tank, and I'm like, babe, you don't have to do that. But I realized it was deeper than just filling up my tank. It was
What kind
about
of sexual shit is that?
It was about.
That was
shit
mad
was
sexual.
on E, now
It
it's
was-
on full.
Hey.
It was about letting
That's how
him.
you reach to the F.
Gotta put that 44D.
It was about letting him be the man he is, and show me that he got me and cares. Khalid said, in an old relationship in high school.
Loves all of you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Khalid said, in an old relationship in high school, me and my boyfriend went on a shopping spree I paid for vacations.
Wait, so
why you ain't say nothing about her bringing up high
Khalid is
school?
a-
high school?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
She must have
keeper.
got money.
Shit,
Khalid been driving since she was 13.
She said now,
She said
I
vacations
slowed down
in
a
high
bit,
school.
but I still spoiled my man. I got it, so it doesn't matter.
Wait,
That's the thing.
who was
Women
in high
like to
school?
spoil- they men.
She was in high
She
school.
was in high school. Was her man in high school?
I think so.
She was in high school providing.
Wait, where were they going on vacation in high school?
Listen.
Brooklyn?
Botanical Garden.
They senior trip.
The Bronx Zoo?
Word.
That's a
Shit,
that's
the
a
Queens
that's a
Mall?
trip, not a vacation.
That is not a vacation.
That's a trip, not a
Yeah,
vacation.
y'all in high school?
Yeah, I did.
You said what?
My senior year.
I used to work at Avenue for plus size women.
He did use
Oh,
that
that makes
there.
sense.
That's why
He
you like
really
the big
did
girls.
used to work there.
I used to like big girls.
What's wrong with
I
that?
think I still like big
Yo, I remember we used to work
You had a
there.
job in high school?
Nah.
Was it the Queen Center Mall?
He was a
Yeah.
drug dealer.
Yeah, I remember that.
They used to
Yeah,
call
man.
him Drew
I didn't have a job until I was
down.
like in college.
She said yes, he was in high
I went to
school
your
too.
job.
Okay.
Did for
Yo,
real?
Yo, Tom's was great when I didn't have a job.
Hell yeah.
Until I started getting made fun of, my cousin used to call me Tommy because he used to be like, "You ain't got no job, Tommy."
You still ain't got no job.
Because he had a job at BJ's, he was getting bread. He was
I
like,
bet
"Yo,
that
you
nigga
still
had
don't got a
bills,
job?"
Yo,
No,
if you had
I
a
know.
bald
In
head,
high
you would look
school?
like Tommy, bro.
Oh, he was working. Are you talking about in high school?
That's a fact. If
Yo,
you
you
had
said
a
Drew
bald
stare at you, yo?
word, like disrespectfully too.
Hey.
Make you wanna
Yo, we had a great show
Yeah.
today,
Yeah, we
man.
did.
Thanks to
Great
everybody in
show.
the chat.
Until this point.
Everybody in the live, y'all made the live listening.
Kept the
Appreciate all of
conversation
y'all.
going. Make sure y'all tell y'all friends about it. This will be live on YouTube.
Yes.
And we are on Spotify.
Hey.
Yeah, all right.
Search
Round of
up
applause for
Yah.
that.
Hold on. Search up Yah, YAH, space, Mans, space, and space them, space, live, space on Spotify. We gonna pop up. We got we got 6 episodes on there. This is about to be on there. Wait.
Also, if you got any questions, make sure you send them to the email at yourmansandthemlive@gmail.com. We're gonna have
And in the subject, put live letter. Put live letter in the subject so we know it's for the show.
Yes, we
Live
got questions.
Live letter.
We
That's
got.
what
We
I
had
call
questions
it.
last
Sweet
week.
ass name.
The
You said
live
what?
letter is a sweet ass
That's a
name.
sweet ass name.
So that's a good thing or bad thing? Hey, okay, Os Button.
But yeah,
Alright.
we on Spotify. Please check us out. Your Mans and Them Live. All spaces.
Like this.
Spotify, do not forget. Y'all
Mhm.
definitely can hear us more often through the audio on Spotify.
We
Yeah.
can't
Check us
change
out.
that.
What?
That shit is
Space
annoying.
stuff.
Yeah, the spaces.
Yeah.
What do you mean? The space is
Like
The
basically you have the
spaces in
space.
between the things. That's
I mean,
unnecessary.
once they put YAH space and we don't
It's
even
gonna
want
pop
to
up. Alright, cool. That's good for now.
Alright, let's do it.
Thank you.
Alright. Thank you guys for
Thank you
coming.
for
As
supporting
always,
us.
we love y'all. It's your Mans and Them Live.
Stop doing
And
this.
in live,
I
we
feel like
trust.
what I do is have to shout.
Was that it?
No.
That wasn't it.
That was it.
Oh,
Your live
it was,
we
nah,
trust?
it was your Mans and Them Live. Combos with the homies.
Trash.
Right.
Boo!
Your Mans and Them Live. Conversations and
Can
meditation.
you end the damn thing?
It's your Mans and Them Live.
Brother, this guy stinks!
You have now tuned in to your Mans and Them Live. I'm your man's Gus the Third.
You have now tuned in.
You have just tuned in.
You have.
No, you have not just tuned in. The shit is over.
No, that's past tense.
You just tuned in.
Yes.
You just tuned in.
That's past tense. When
Okay,
you
it's
come-
like you just
when-
got into
when-
it.
When you're at the end of a show, you have just.
Thanks for tuning in.
And the show.
Yo,
Thanks for
I
tuning
know
in.
You just finished watching your Mans and Them Live. I'm your man's Gus the Third.
I'm your man's Bello.
I'm your man's Austin Felix.
I'm your man's Kyrie.
And I'm your man's you know Shakespeare.
And this
was.
And
Bye,
this
y'all.
was the best
Oh
show.
wait, Khalid said Drew, that show theme song was fire. I'm so shocked. Thank you, Lean. I appreciate that.
I helped write it.
Thank you. Thank you. Nah.
I wrote that.
Kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right. Come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting 5. Who you kidding? Yeah, it's your mans and them. It's your mans and them. Ladies, you can pull up. We could talk, give advice. Fellas, we could laugh. We could joke about life. Gus, Shake, Kyrie, Bella, Austin, get it right. Yeah, it's your mans and them. It's your mans and them. Come and kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right. Come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting 5. Who you kidding? Yeah, it's your mans and them. It's your mans and them. Ladies, you can pull up. We could talk, give advice.